1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. The question is that I'm trying to think now. It's nice and sunny outside. I want to do some street photography with my M50. And what I'm wondering is, can I do it without my glasses? Because this 6D2, which is I'm holding out here, doesn't like when I put my glasses on. The focus goes off. So, street photography blind, basically. That's what. Look at this. Look at this. Street photography blind. Can mans do street photography blind? Might help if I turn the thing on. Blind. It's a good question. Let's find out. Zoom. It's quite a sunny day, and we are going to attempt to do street photography with an M50. And I've been promising it for a while, and to be honest, I've been trying to hide from it because I'm going to have to carry this 6D2 in my hand, and it weighs a ton in comparison to this. So we'll see how we get on. It is a bit sunny and the sun's quite high in the sky, so it might not be the right time to do it, but God, my hand's falling off. I think it's now or never. So we got our M50 with a 10 to 18, perfect street photography size. Not talk about the physical size of the lens, but the weight of it. And this is what I prefer to shoot with when I do street photography. This little kit right here. So we're gonna give it a go, and if my arm don't fall off, we'll see what happens. Let's see what happens. Zoom. Stick with us. It's all good. Oh God, this ain't gonna work. Wow. I'd always end up doing things the hard way. Most people do things the easy way. The easy way is you get a GoPro, you stick it on top of your DSLR, and it records everything you do, no problem. Me, I have to do it the hard way. Something to do with coming up in Boogie Down Brixton, maybe. Who knows? The hotter the battle, the sweeter the victory. Yeah, I like that. I'm going to stick with that. The hotter the battle, the sweeter the victory. So, let's hope in for a sweet victory today. Ooh, it's all good. You might be interested in the settings. So I'm going to tell some of you specky techie people who like settings. I'm shooting manual, because I like to shoot manual. 1/500th of a second shutter speed, f5.6, and I've got auto ISO. Yeah, and I'm shooting in a autofocus zone, so I just have to point and it takes care of business. So, you know, hopefully, let's do a test shot. Yeah, looking good. Looking good. Let's see how we get on. Fingers crossed. And everything else. Here we go. Follow me.
Yeah.
A man's always out on the Ave. Yeah. Always out. Here he is. Here he is. Yeah. Here he is. Here he is.
Gorilla South.
Gorilla South. See it there?
Gorilla South.
I'm gonna take this picture. Yeah.
Yeah. Gorilla South.
Beautiful.
Yeah?
Beautiful.
Gorilla South. Yeah.
Yeah.
Gorilla South. Yeah. Alongside Gorilla G.
Yeah.
Gorilla South alongside Gorilla G.
See it there?
Yeah. Gorilla South. Yeah.
Ah.
Don't cuff around. Gorilla South. Yeah.
Proper thing.
Yeah. Gorilla South.
Tell them.
Don't cuff around. Gorilla South.
Zoom. Yeah. And how about that for a nice start of the day? You know, it's always important. It's always important to warm up one's cameras, one's lens, one's guns. And in Brixton you have a lot of characters, colourful characters, interesting characters, and it's what makes Brixton what it is, you know. So I try and grab what I can grab, and we take it from there. Anyway, this is street photography. I do prefer to shoot candid, but sometimes, you know, you gotta be flexible. So sometimes a candid thing can work, sometimes a candid thing can't work, so you just gotta make it, be ready for whatever the universe presents us with. And I find that's how you become more successful in what you're doing. It's all good. So yeah, let's show you how we do this. I'll show you how we do this, right? You just hold your camera out and you point it that way and you take some pictures because you're testing and you want it to be right. So that's how you roll with the M50, because the M50 is that kind of camera. You get me? You know? Shoot from the hip. I hardly ever look through the viewfinder, because with this wide lens, you set it on, I got it about halfway between 10 and 18. Point it, click it, and you get what you get. You know? Sometimes it works, sometimes it don't. But a lot of the time, you know, because it's so wide, you can get some real great shots. You know, you don't even have to look. And I'll show you what we got afterwards. The sun's really shining out here today. It might not be a good time to come out, to be honest, because as you can see, right, man's have to squint because it is very bright. But we'll try it still anyway and see what we get, and if we don't get, we'll just come out later on. But anyway, shooting from the hip, remember what I was saying, from the hip, man, you spy out your target and then you just shoot like that. Shoot, 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 spy out your targets and you just shoot, shoot, shoot. You seen how we roll? Because a lot of people, right, especially around here, are very wary of having their photos taken. So you have to be really, really very slick in how you roll. You get me? Very slick in how you roll. It's just one of those twitchy environments for some reason. I don't really get this in other areas where I go and do street photography, but around here, it's the way it is. So you just gotta be a bit slick. You know what I'm saying? Watch this, 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 watch this. You see him? Just rolling and moving, just rolling and moving. There's a nice one. Look at that button. Bus shot. Here's my favourite spot again, but this time the sun over there is coming through the lens, so we're gonna have to wait for it to come around. This afternoon it'll be a bit better. This side's probably better now, with the sun over this way, like that. Probably a bit better this way. Yeah. It is what it is. You've got to move with the times, the signs of the times, to make it work. It is a bit hot out here. Yeah. Oh, I just missed that. That was too quick. See how things change really quickly on the streets. You got to be ready. You got to be ready, man. You got to have your guns ready for anything. Anything. Yeah? Anything. Okay. You understand what we're dealing with? It is what it is. Boy, this is hard. Just another day in Boogie Down Brixton. Zoom. Just another day in Beat Down Brixton. Sun beat down, yeah? It's all good. I like these kind of backdrops. And as people go past, you just catch them on this kind of backdrop. Yeah? On this kind of backdrop like this. It's all good. You know, just stand there and stuff happens. And you capture it. You capture what's happening. Or you don't. And there's always something happening in Brixton. I just saw a policeman running across the road after someone. I didn't see who was running after. But amazing value. Amazing value. Right there. See there? Poundland. And although sometimes people might see you taking a picture, they're not sure if you're taking a picture of them or someone else, especially since you're not actually looking through the viewfinder. I very seldom look through the viewfinder when I'm doing this. You know, very seldom. I do sometimes. But when you look through the viewfinder, you find people just open up like the Red Sea, which is not what you actually want. So sometimes you just have to avoid it, you know. Anyway, let's move on. It's a bit packed out here today, so I'm not sure how this is going to turn out. And sometimes this shutter slips for some reason. The shutter slips. Sometimes the shutter slips on the M50, so you don't actually get what you want. You know, so you have to keep your eye on it and make sure it doesn't slip too much. Yeah, very packed out here, man. You got to spot your victims, your target, and get them. Victims, you know. Wrong terminology. Yeah, wrong terminology. Wrong terminology. But it is what it is. Probably too bright, man. Very bright. We'll see what we got when we get home, though. It is what it is. 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 Zoom. So here we are in the thick of it. We're in the thick of it right now. Right now, in the thick of it. In the thick. The thick. Look at this. Look at this. All around. See? Masses that we have to wade through. It's like the Red Sea. Yeah? But in some ways it's good. In some ways it's good because you can use it as cover. Some ways it's not so good, you know. Some ways, yeah. Some ways you have to be really see it there. Wheelies, the Scotland Yardies. Some ways it's good because you can use it as cover. Other ways it just gets in the way. You got to be really focused because things happening really fast and you can miss it. And a lot of the time I do miss it. But it is what it is. It's part of what we do. 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 And there's some people who say you shouldn't. Not today, ma'am. Some people say you shouldn't photograph homeless people on the street. And then there's the argument that they are part of the landscape and we are actually ignoring them when we don't photograph them because it is part of what's showing what's happening in the society. And people walk past them like they don't exist. And photographers walk past them like they don't exist. But they do exist. So I don't know. You just got to make your decision on that. Everyone's got their own view. Anyway, I think you should photograph them because in years to come, who knows what this whole environment's going to look like. So we've got to capture it. So let's capture it. Capture and display the society in the real. This is not selfie. This is not us trying to show the best. This is us showing the best and the worst. This street photography is the only real photography left. Everything else is posed and fake. This is real. So let's deal with the real. That's my view on it. Anyway, let's go this way. Ooh, my arm's falling off. I hope you lot are appreciating this. This thing's tearing off my arm. But I know you lot asked street photography with an M50. So this is what I'm doing with an M50 and a 6D2. And it's so bright out here today. It's so bright. Let's get into the light because you can't see me in the shadow. It's so bright out here that I've had to put on a variable ND on my 6D2 just so I can shoot at 50th of a second, 1/50th shutter speed. Okay, we're in Windrush Square at the moment. It's a bit empty, it's a bit dry, but that's all part of it. Just got to walk around and see what you see and snap what you can get. And but there's a nice background over there, so I'm going to see if I can get some nice shots, some nice historical shots at the Brixton Archive, Cultural Archive. Let's see what we can get. That's the Brixton Cultural Archive right there. And yeah, it is what it is. It's the home of the Cultural Archive, where, you know, as you can see, a lot of the images from the Windrush generation and all that kind of stuff is held in this place, and a lot of the history of black people in Britain is held in this place. Some of my stuff's in there too. Maybe one day you'll get to see it. I'm seeing some shots, but as I said, this area is very tetchy. People are very tetchy, so you have to be really careful. Don't know if you can see, I'm in shadow here. People are so tetchy, so you might not be able to get what you need because everyone's so suspicious. Hello, there's some protests been going on here. Can you see? I don't know if you can see, it's a bit dark. Windrush, no apology. Apology not accepted. We want justice for all our elders and their descendants and their families. Remember, I talked about the Windrush generation who came, and now they're being sent back, deported out of the country unceremoniously by the government, who have no need anymore. Apparently they have no need, so because they have no need, we're being discarded and thrown to the wayside. So it is what it is. 2019, on the cusp of Brexit, a no-deal Brexit at that. Look at this crossing. Look at this zebra crossing. Can you call it a zebra crossing? Can you see that? Looks kind of weird, isn't it? It's a fancy art crossing. Fancy art crossing. Yeah? I don't know what they're trying to do to the area. Gentrify it. Turn it into something else that it was. But then again, all areas change and grow, you know? Brixton's always an area in flux. Always an area that is changing and growing and developing. This isn't political, this is street photography, so let's stick to street photography, or try to. Stick to street photography, although street photography is political as well. So everything's political, really. When you think about it, everything is political, or can be. Everything is connected to everything. Even art is political, especially art is political. Music's political. If you understand, it's all political. Anyway, let's cross. On the RT crossing. On the RT crossing. Yeah. Are you watching? I hope you're paying attention. Okay, so you have to really be careful when you're crossing the road around here, because you know that the traffic is a bit crazy sometimes, and they will knock you down. So you have to really be careful and know how to cross. I know, it goes without saying, really, know how to cross. Just imagine that. Know how to cross. How to cross the road, you know? You know how to cross the road. See, some of this is cover. Some of this is cover. Some of this conversation that I'm giving you up here is cover. I hope you know that. And I'm going to explain, hopefully in the breakdown, when we get back. When we get back to where we're going to get back to. Look at this, nice background. I saw this nice background and I thought, if I camp here I could get some nice subject to backgrounds against this nice background here. So I'm going to wait here for as long as I can wait here for, which isn't very long. And I'm going to look out the corner of my eye, and the universe always kind of works against me. It always kind of works against me when I'm doing this, but you have to continue and not worry about it, and just kind of like ramble. And the good thing is, because I'm talking into this camera right here, that's nice cover. So a lot of the stuff that I'm actually saying doesn't actually mean anything, because it's just nice cover, you know what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? Yeah, you get me though? You get me, blood? It's nice cover, yeah? And that's what we want, nice cover. You can, yeah, it's all good, it's all good, it's all good. Sit there, sit there, sit there, sit there. I'm doing a bit of street photography out here, and I'm trying to vlog as well. And it's nice that you spotted me, and you caught me, because most people think I'm just talking in it. But I'm actually doing it. Can I take a picture of you?
Yeah, okay.
Right. If you can go against this background right here. That's what I'm talking about. Where are you from?
Bulgaria.
You're from Bulgaria, you're on holiday here?
No, I work.
You work? See?
Yeah,
it's all good.
Thank
Yeah.
you so much. Bye.
Alright, good luck, good luck. Yeah, so there you have it, there you have it, there you have it. Sometimes that's how it goes. Sometimes you gotta stop for a second, for a hot second. Can you see me? I'm trying to get the reflections off this glass. Yeah. Sometimes you gotta stop for a hot second, you know, and engage with people. I don't really like engaging in street photography. I do like to just do the candid thing and move on. But sometimes, you know, it's nice being out here and doing that street photography interaction thing, you know. It's still street, it's just not candid street. You know, there's those people, there are people, school of thought says that if you ask people to take their pictures, then it's not really street photography, it's photography in the street, but not necessarily street photography. And you know, there are overlaps between photography in the street and street photography. And I'm not here to condemn anyone, so you do whichever one you want to do. Me, I'm a candid man. So let's find some candids and get on with it, because time is running and passing. So let's do it. So, see, rolling with the 62 on the ends, and we're just trying to capture what we can capture in our lens in a candid fashion. And it's part of my cultural archive. I'm not really allowed to take photos in here, so I'm going to do this really quickly. Not allowed. You are not actually allowed to take photos in here, because the security will come and fling you out. And look at that, the battery's just run out. That's the thing about the M50 that I can't take. The battery pack runs out so quickly, and it always happens when things are just starting to pop like they are now. So I'm gonna have to change my battery. Luckily I've got a spare one in there. I'm gonna change it, and hopefully we can continue. So zoom, hold on. Yeah, the M50 battery pack. It is an annoyance. I find it really annoying, you know. And what can we say? What can we say? This is a nice shop. I don't know if I've ever been in this shop before, but it looks like a shop that would sell my zine. So it's something that I should look into, maybe. Diverse city. The diversity of the diversity, yeah? Yeah, the M50, as I was saying, the battery isn't good to start with, doesn't last long to start with, but as your camera gets older and older, what happens is the battery dies quicker and quicker, and it just really becomes annoying. It becomes so annoying. You know, it'll last a few minutes, a few moments, and these, as I said, these are the backgrounds that, you know, I like these kind of backgrounds, and the way that the light is kind of like hitting. So, standing by. Here we go. Here we go. This is Brixton for you. It's always been and always will be, you know? With the flashing police sirens going through. Something's always going on around here. Something's always going down. And there's always a shot to be had if you know where to look. And even if you don't know where to look, there's always a shot to be had. You just got to be ready for it. It's got to be ready. It's got to be ready. It's got to be ready. Just got to be ready, you know? As you go about your business. Yeah? Zoom. Everything good? As you go about your business, have your camera ready. Can you see anything? The sun's right behind me, so I'm in silhouette right now. Have your camera ready. There's always something to point it at. There's always something to point it at. Always. 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 You just got to know where to look. This is the gentrified part now. Brixton's become like a gentrified zone. Yeah. This little, it's like, I don't want to say apartheid, but I never come in this park no more, ever. You know, it's just so. Here we go. Whoa, we're gonna get licked down. We're gonna get licked down. Yeah, this is what we love. It's always active in Brixton, and it's like this almost every single day. Trust me when I say it, it's like this all the time. Since I've been here anyway. Yeah, this is just Street Photography 101. Just going on the street and taking pictures. You know, there are people who do arty street shots. There are people who do all this minimalism and silhouette arty kind of stuff. Whereas me, I just go on the street and shoot what I see. I mean, if it comes out arty, it comes out arty. If there's something arty and I get it, I get it. But for me, it's just capturing what is happening on the streets, because, you know, that is the real and the rawness of what is happening. You see that? You see that? You see that? It's that spin around thing round the world. I'm showing you my techniques now. Sometimes it works, mostly it don't, but it looks good. So that's something, I guess. But yeah, just capturing the real life, which is mostly boring, but sometimes it can present something that's not so boring, you know. So, whoa, look at it. Don't want to get licked down. Don't want to get licked down. Yeah, here's a nice one. Perfect. See it there? That's the real. That's what I call the real. That is the real thing, the real deal that we walk past every day. But it's life. It's all good. Look at these. I love taking pictures, doing some environmental shots sometimes. Some environmental street photography. You know? Look at it. Just the bridges. You know, try and get in it without no people in it. Some street photography works without people. You know? It's like the way the sunlight hits, comes down at a diagonal, and this looks nice. You're not gonna get many people liking that kind of stuff, but I like it, and that's another thing. Doing street photography for what you like and not what other people like, and that's really important, you know. That is important. It's not about pleasing everyone. It's about, well, I don't think it is. I used to do that, trying to please people thing, but I don't think it works. And I think you're missing the point of your own eye and fingerprint if you do that. So I've come to the conclusion that I'm gonna please myself with my photography, my street photography. If somebody doesn't like it, then I'll be them business that, you know. But I've got to develop my own style and my own fingerprint and my own viewpoint and my own eye prescription. So those who don't like it, don't like it. Don't worry about it. Ain't the end of the world. Zoom. Darling, how I love you. Gave all I had. They tried to take you. Now I'm so mad. And that's the way to love. That's how I feel in my heart.